What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. If you are in the building and you can hear me clearly, please drop a one in the chat. Drop a one in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me out there. Let me know if y'all can hear me out there, y'all. Drop a one in the chat. Drop a one if y'all can hear me clearly out there, y'all, so we can get right into the show. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, I see some ones. I see some ones. Okay, okay, okay. Shout out to everyone in the building. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm y'all host, DS1 Ross, of course. Man, I appreciate all the love and the support, man. Salute to all the visionaries, man. Salute, salute, salute. Shout out to all of my lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. And welcome back to all the new supporters, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the new supporters. Welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I appreciate y'all's support. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Of course, we are over the 11,000 subscriber mark. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the new supporters. If you enjoy the content, don't hesitate to subscribe. Please do not hesitate to subscribe, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Happy Friday to everyone. We got another great show lined up for you guys today. Of course, it's a lot going on out here in the world. It's a lot going on, more than what we think, man. And we're gonna get into it today. But before we get into it, I'm gonna shout you guys out. I'm gonna give some announcements, and then we're gonna get into the show. All right. So let's see who's in the building. Once again, happy Friday to everyone. Make sure y'all double tap y'all screens and hit the like button on the way in. Double tap y'all screens and hit that like button on the way in. Shout out to New York Nikki baby in the building. One of my lovely lady moms that always come through and hold it down and always decorating the chat. Shout out to Miss New York Nikki baby. I appreciate you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Shout out to Miss Angie B in the building. Happy Friday, Miss Angie B. Good to see you. Salute to you, one of my top lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. Great to have you back, Miss Angie B. Good to see you. Good to see you. Shout out to my man Seth's son. Yes, sir. We're gonna get into it today, bro. We're gonna get into it today, man. You know how we do over here, my brother. Exclusive content, man. Shout out to my man Seth's son. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to the cynical one in the building. Happy Friday, Sin. I appreciate you always coming through and holding it down for me. Thank you so much. Shout out to the cynical one. Shout out to Miss L'Oreal in the building. Good to see you. Good to see you as one of my top lovely lady mods in here today. Happy Friday. We got the lovely lady mods in here today. So you know what that means. You know what that means. When they in here on deck, you know what that means. It's going to be a great show. So make sure you like and share the show. Like and share the show, y'all. Shout out to Ms. L'Oreal in the building once again. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Shout out to my man Arta War. What up, Arta War? Salute, salute. Shout out to my brother Big Dice in the building. Salute, 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 Brody. Shout out to Team Guardian in the building. Appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. What up, Rocco? Salute, Rocco. Appreciate your support, man. Salute to you. Shout out to Miss Scorpio Mama. Hey, Scorpio Mama. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday, Scorpio. I appreciate you. And you always coming through and holding it down for me. Thank you so much, Miss Scorpio. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see who else is in the building. Shout out to my man Bob in the building. What up, Bob? Salute to you, bro. Happy Friday, man. Appreciate your support, bro. L'Oreal says, and yes, I paid $2.44 for regular gasoline. $2.44 a gallon. Shout out to Ms. L'Oreal. $2.44, y'all. Shout out to the OG in the building. Salute, Elisino. Salute, salute, salute. Shout out to Elisino in the building. Salute, champion. Salute to you. Shout out to Cuzzo in the building. Shout out to Heels in on a pull-up. Salute, salute, salute. Salute. Thank you, Ms. L'Oreal. I'm going to go ahead and pin this comment right here that you just dropped. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and pin that. Here we go. Pin. There we go. Thank you, Ms. L'Oreal. I appreciate you. Shout out to Mark in the building. What up, Mark? Shout out to Mark McJoy in the building. Salute, salute. Scorpio says, DS1, I'm headed to Florida for graduations. I got you when I return to the country. Thank you, Scorpio. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Make sure you be safe. Safe travels. You know, prayers up for you while you on that road, and enjoy. And congratulations. You know, tell the graduates congratulations from Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to you, Scorpio. I appreciate you. Be safe once again. USA says, free my boy Diddy. He's innocent. Ah. Shout out to my man Cleveland in the building. What up, Cleveland? Oh, yeah, we're going to get into it today, bro. We have to talk about this because it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. John Wader says, greetings from the Netherlands. Shout out to the Netherlands. I appreciate y'all support on that side of the world. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Salute, salute. Shout out to my man. Let me put the tipping in the building. Salute, fam. Salute. What's up, Miss Gigi? How you doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Miss Gigi. 122 hip hop. No doubt, no doubt. Don't spam the chat. If you spam the chat, you're going to get blocked. I'm going to let y'all know that now. And the lovely lady Mons don't play no games. We welcome all the new supporters, but if you come in here spamming, you're going to get blocked. What's up, Owens Ray? Salute, fam. Salute. Rocco says, I paid $4.69 for 89. This ish is outrageous. Where you at, my brother, if you don't mind me asking? Because I'm gonna say that's still pretty cheap compared to pandemic times. But right now, that is high. But if you live in California or something like that, you live anywhere on the West Coast, especially in California, you know, that ain't bad. What up, D's? D says, what's good, DS1? I got to chopping it up with a new barber today from Utica Avenue, and he reminded me of you, that BK energy, bro. Shout out to Utica Ave, man, you know. Shout out to Utica Ave. Shout out to D's, man. Salute. Shout out to Utica Ave, man. We got the ghost of Utica Ave in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got the ghost of Utica Ave in the building, D's. Big dice. Owens Ray said it's 229 in Houston. Yeah, they make the job easy. Absolutely. Y'all definitely make the job easy. So shout out to y'all. Salute to everyone that's in the building. As I said, double tap y'all screens on the way in. Y'all see the show. Hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like button on the way in. Let me get my announcements real quick. I just started a new semester. I just finished my first 5 weeks back in school. Um, as I told you, I was doing biology, and I passed my biology class. Um, I got a B in biology. So I just started a new semester. I have 2 classes this semester. And as y'all know, each semester is 5 weeks. So I got 2 classes for the next 5 weeks. I'm doing statistics and abnormal psychology. Statistics and abnormal psychology. And I'm already not liking the statistics class, you know. But we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. So once again, thank y'all for supporting the student tuition fund. You know, I'm definitely not gonna let anyone down. Definitely not gonna let myself down. But I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. So this class, L'Oreal says she loves probability and statistics. Not me. Not me, L'Oreal. I rather talk. I rather use my words. I rather use my words. For real. I hate math. I hate math. Always hated math growing up. I always was a history and English guy. I liked English and I liked history and I like science too. But once we get to doing all this math and I'm good. I'm cool on that. I'm cool on that, man. So whenever I hear math, I get anxiety, man. Bob says statistics was not fun. Man, math is not fun. Only thing fun about math is counting. Only math I really enjoyed doing was accounting. When I took accounting, when I got my first degree, when I got my associates in business, I loved accounting for some reason. I was comfortable with accounting, but that other type of math and statistics and all this, man, I'm not with it. D says math is my ish. Hey, bro, I can understand. I can understand. Only math I like is counting money. Hey, that's the only math I like, Scorpio. Counting. D says I love numbers. And you know what's crazy, D's? I like words. And I realized this being back in school that I like words. I like words. That's why I always excelled at English, history, science. The only science that I really had trouble with was chemistry. And that's because chemistry involves math. You know, you got to remember all those formulas and stuff. But I still got through chemistry in high school. I got a C in chemistry in high school. Math, I passed by the skin of my goddamn teeth. But English, history, and science, no problems. Champ says it takes a good teacher to love math. Yeah, it take a special teacher too. It takes a special teacher, man. L'Oreal says accounting teaches you how to get by more than balancing books. Yes, that's true. That's true. And I guess L'Oreal, I enjoyed accounting because it has something to do with money. Like because I took accounting because I was a business major. That was my first degree is in business. So I guess that's why I enjoyed accounting because I always wanted to run my own business. So that was like the schematics of running your own business is understanding accounting. So I guess that's why I found that fun. I never got anxiety in accounting class. And I actually got an A minus in accounting. When I took accounting, I got an A minus. In accounting 101, I got an A minus. And accounting 2, I got a B plus. Yeah, I enjoyed accounting for some strange reason. I just did. L'Oreal says now geometry, that's a whole different. See, now you get what I'm talking about. When we get to all these equations and all that type of shit. Champ says I dropped out of chemistry, couldn't handle it. Hey, I liked chemistry. Champ, I liked chemistry. It's just that when we got to those formulas and all that, that's when we had a problem. John says in the Netherlands, 98 is $2.60 a euro a liter. I guess that's good, John. I don't know. You let us know if that's good in your country. Because we here in America. L'Oreal says accounting taught me how the whole turns. Nasty work on what accountants do. Good. That's a good point. Yeah. Usually in business, the accountants are the ones that get away with a lot of stealing. You right. An account as a rich person, an accountant could pretty much have your life in their hands. You right, L'Oreal. They could pretty much have their life in your hand. D says, I want to go back to finish business administration now. DS, go back, bro. Go back. Go back for it. Go back for it. And I wouldn't just say go back for business administration, because administration is not really a it's not a real vast career field. So I would say go into something more specific within the business world. Don't just go for business administration. Go for something like accountant. Go for something specific, because business is very vast. And you could have a business degree and be sitting somewhere making copies for a company, because that's what they usually do to like people fresh out of college with business degrees. You be somewhere making copies and faxing people and shit. Thank you, Auto War. Salute to you, fam. I appreciate that, man. Champ says, I like the periodic table. That's it. That's all. But y'all see the show, man. Y'all see the show. Trump's cyber pandemic plan exposed. Whoever heard, put a 1 in the chat if you heard of a cyber pandemic. Put a 2 in the chat if you haven't. That's how we gonna start this. Steve G says, put me in the game, coach. If you ever heard of a cyber pandemic, put a 1 in the chat. If you haven't, put a 2 in the chat. Because a lot of what we see going on right now with things getting shut down, it's all connected through the internet. A lot of this stuff. If you have heard of a cyber pandemic, put a 1 in the chat. If you haven't, put a 2 in the chat. I see 2s. So far, I see 2s. Manje11 says they heard of a cyber pandemic. Okay. I see 2s. So a cyber pandemic is something that actually has been being predicted since about, I'm gonna say now, since about 2018. I'm gonna say within the past 5 to 6 years, maybe a little longer, they've been mentioning a cyber pandemic. Now, a cyber pandemic, right, is Manje 11 says a cyber attack. It's a cyber attack, but it's a little different. What they say the cyber pandemic is you see how we had a pandemic in public. There was a physical pandemic. It's going to be like that, but on the internet. Y'all see how we had to walk around with masks, how we had to do social distancing, how we had to sanitize our hands and sanitize everything that we do. Imagine that cyberly. Imagine after a certain time, remember it was curfews. Certain cities like New York, at a certain time when the pandemic first came out, you couldn't be on the street. They didn't want people outside. They was making people go in the house. Y'all remember this? Now imagine that on the internet, in the cyber world. Imagine you can only use the internet if you clocking into work. Once you get off work and you clock out, you can no longer access the internet. Because they're talking about this because of what Manje 11 said. Because of a cyber attack, right? That has been going on in our system for a long time. And also, outside of that cyber attack, right? How do you think the criminal networks operate in America now? You see, I told y'all all of this stuff that's going on in Hollywood, all the stuff that y'all, it's all connected. Trump is putting a lock on everything because a lot of this stuff is connected. The X trafficking, the human trafficking, all of this stuff is connected. What is Diddy on trial for? X trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping. What are these cartels on trial for? Sex trafficking, kidnapping. Y'all don't see this? And guess how the cartels was selling a lot of these girls? On the internet. Guess how a lot of these girls that's getting kidnapped in the thousands in these cities, guess where they're being sold at? Guess where they're prostituting at? On the internet, on Instagram, on OnlyFans, on Finsta. Yeah. Where you think all the crime going on at? This is what y'all don't understand. Where you think the young girls getting sold at? Where you think all this stuff is going on at? And where you think it has been going on at? Huh? Shout out to my brother MR, man. Salute to you. Appreciate that super chat, bro. He says a cyber blackout. How many days or weeks? Good question. Good question. You know we got the videos, bro. We gonna get into it. We gonna get into it, bro. You know how we do. Because we gonna let the World Economic Forum tell it. because that's where this cyber pandemic plan, right? This is who Trump is working in cahoots with. The World Economic Forum. Because we do know that technology runs our world. Technology is pretty much the center of our everyday infrastructure in life. Technology is at the center of it. You see? So this cyber attack can affect the infrastructure. So this is why they're talking about a cyber pandemic. Because from what they're saying is if we don't get ahead of this, we're going to be in trouble if we get hit by it. We're going to be in trouble. And also, Trump knows that this is the power of the criminal network. It's on the internet. See, a lot of y'all wonder why Trump got Elon around. This is why Trump has Elon around. To crack these codes to get into these people's business. The dark web, Silk Road. You ever heard of Silk Road? That's the eBay for the dark web that you can buy humans off of. Yeah. It's like eBay. You know how when you on eBay and you see people got their posts with pictures and a description, that's Silk Road. With everything you can buy in the world. Children, women, firearms, drugs, body parts, explosives, hitmen. You could buy a hitman off the dark web. You could buy a kidney off the dark web. You could buy a baby off the dark web. Who you think is behind this stuff? These cartels that Trump got the US goddamn military on. Do you know that these cartels got drones? Do you know our military had to shoot their drones out of the sky? They had drones monitoring the government planes. This is how they knew when they was getting ready to get raided. So they knew how to protect their stuff and move out of locations. They had their own drones flying in the sky. Did y'all know that? Look it up. This is why he had to send in the military. To attack the cartels. They're more sophisticated than you think. It's levels in a cartel. They're not just, some people from a third world country that's been selling bananas their whole life and they got some coke in their neighborhood. No, they have levels. They have their own tech people that work for them. They have their own scamming unit. Yes, they have their own firearms dealers. They have their own card crackers. They have their own car dealers. They have it all. And their enterprises ran through the internet. You see? Why you think most of these rappers that's getting caught up, what's getting them caught up? What they said on social media, what they said on the where? On the internet. On the internet. They'll go back and pull up a Facebook post when you said you were spinning on ops back in 2009 and pull it up and show it in court. See, y'all think this stuff is a game. You think the government don't know that this is the place where people commit crime now? Y'all thought y'all was just gonna sit, just like niggas thought they was gonna sit on a corner their whole life and sell drugs. Right? And things progress. Niggas went from standing on a corner to standing in front of the building, to standing in the building, to having a house, to having a spot in the building, to now you in the house selling drugs off your phone. You see, we thought we were so smart. We don't even know that this stuff was already laid out here because they already projected this stuff. Look how it progressed. Standing on a corner. Couldn't stand on the corner no more. So what you start doing? Start standing in the store. Can't stand in the store no more. So what you do? You go down the block and you stand in front of the building. You can't stand in front of the building no more. So what you do? You're going to go in the building. Now you're going to stand in the building. Can't stand in the building no more. So what you do? You just keep your work in the mailbox and you go in and out the building. Now you can't do that no more. So what you do? You find a little chick that live in that building so you can hold your work in her crib and run in and out her crib. Now you can't do that because that thing got too hot. So now you got shorty selling the work for you out her crib. You see the progress? Now it's too hot because her crib got raided and they threatening to kick her out the projects, but she still needs some money. So now you could just come in the crib and hold the work on you and just have the fiends come to the door. Now you working off your phone. You don't like the text because you think your phone tapped. So your fiends hit you on Facebook and tell you come downstairs on Facebook. They call you on Facebook Messenger. Call you on Facebook Messenger. I'm downstairs. Oh, you think the police don't know that? You worry about your phone being tapped, so you don't want nobody to text you no hot shit. But you making sales off Facebook Messenger. Pablo says I'm a real CIA agent. No, I just pay attention to the progression of things in life. See, this is how you don't get lost out here. What up, Bucket? Shout out to my guy Bucket in the building. Salute my brother. What's up, Most High? And why Nikki says now they tracking you on the phone. And the cameras posted up in the buildings. That sound familiar to a lot of y'all that's out here hustling off your phone. Nah, don't call my phone. My phone is hot. Call me on the gram. Oh, you think your phone hot now? Don't call my phone. I think my phone tapped. Call me on Facebook. What? Huh? Huh? Excuse me? Excuse me? You think your phone hot now? Nigga, you busting licks off Facebook? Oh, you forgot that the two most apps you use on your phone equals FBI. Facebook and Instagram equals what? What Bureau of Investigation is Facebook and Instagram? FBI. But you don't want the fiends to call your phone tapped. Nigga, all of our phones are tapped once we put those apps on the phone. You forgot that Facebook always has you signed in. You forgot that Facebook, you have to grant Facebook access to your camera and your phone book and your Google account. But you think you doing something slick. My phone tap, don't call me. You niggas better wake up. You niggas better wake up. Hey, Miss Camille, good to see you, love. Good to see you. Good afternoon to you. Happy Friday. Hope all is well with you. I appreciate you always coming through and holding it down and showing love in the chat. Thank you so much. What's up, Thomas Evans? You think you doing something so smart? Your phone is tapped once you buy a new phone and you activate Facebook. Don't y'all notice every time y'all get a new phone, you don't even got to put Facebook and YouTube on your phone no more? Because YouTube is connected to what? Google. What is Google connected to? Your phone. How's Google connected to your phone, DS1? Through your GPS. It's over, nigga. Go get you a job. Go get you a job, bro. You not going nowhere fast. All you doing is about to make yourself get a whole hell of a lot of time for a whole bunch of nothing. Them days over. The street dreams, the glorified drug dealer, that shit over. They gonna fry you for nothing. They making examples because y'all don't understand what's going on out here. It's a shutdown on all that criminal shit. It's a shutdown. Shut down. Because they're shutting down the people who was shipping the drugs here. You don't get it? It's a shutdown for the plugs. Ain't no more plugs, nigga. Oh, I just found a new plug. Yeah, he's a police officer. He's a police officer. You found your new plug, right? He a cop. He's a cop. And he about to take you and all your mans down. And take down y'all little operation. All y'all doing is flipping a couple of pounds. But you out here thinking you gonna be the nigga. Take your ass to work and pay your bills and be with your family, nigga. That shit over. Because they got something for you. They got something for you. It's called Venezuela, nigga. They got a nice jail for you. It's called Pelican Bay for you niggas that still want to be criminals in 2025. And a company, excuse me, I said the right word, but a country, but a country, right? Because some of y'all may not understand the company part. But in a country that's rebuilding, you think they tolerating criminals? When they trying to flush crime out of the country, you think they're going to tolerate your ass? They're going to cook you. They're going to make an example out of you. All these people that's getting caught with fentanyl, they getting life. Get caught with some fentanyl, they going to give your ass life. They not playing with you. You get caught with a little bit of fentanyl, 20 years. They smoking you. You still think you're Young Jeezy? You can't. You still won't get through your mind that Young Jeezy is an actor. He's an entertainer. His son graduated college, never saw a drug in his life. You still got, yeah. You know, because some of you niggas still riding around listening to Jeezy, thinking you Mr. 17.5. That's going to be your first offer. 17.5. Mr. 17.5. Yeah. Mr. 17.5. That's going to be your first offer, nigga. Keep playing. Hey, L'Oreal, let him keep playing. Let him, like Trump playing. You're not dealing with Barry. You're not dealing with Barry. They will fry you. Play with Trump if you want to. That's going to be your first offer, Mr. 17.5. That's going to be your first offer. 17.5. Damn. Oh, all I did was get caught with an ounce of fentanyl. Yeah, 17.5, nigga. You think it's a game. You didn't want to take your ass to work. See, a lot of you niggas think you're too good to go get a job. Oh, you think you're too good to go get a job because you a gangster. You've been a gangster your whole life. I come from a family of gangsters. We don't work for nobody. We don't answer to nobody. Okay. Lock him in. Close the gate. Close cell 29. That's going to be you, nigga. Oh, you don't like to listen to nobody? See, niggas like that be sounding so stupid to me because those be the same niggas, right? That when the plug front them some work, they make sure that plug get their money on time. Hey, Dice, these so-called gangster niggas turn into Ja Rule when the plug front them some work. Always on time, gave you my all, baby, be mine. But then these niggas come on the internet. I ain't working for no nigga. Ain't no nigga telling me what to do. I was raised by street niggas. Nigga, you do what the plug say. That's your boss. Oh, so you could do what the plug say, but you can't do what that nigga at McDonald's tell you. Come on, Dice. Let's keep it real. Niggas make sure every coin is brought back to the plug. Hey, Dice. Niggas make sure that the money is neat and right, so the plug ain't even got to count it. All he got to do is count the 100 packs. Am I lying, Dice? All the Connect got to do is do this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, he good. Yeah, put that to the side. Yeah, that's right. Put that to the side. But these niggas ain't got jobs, Dice. These niggas ain't got jobs, though. They ain't never worked for nobody. Do what that plug don't tell you to do, nigga. Not only are you gonna get fired, nigga, he gonna set you on fire. So when you so-called street niggas get up here and be talking like you saying something slick, I hear an idiot talking because you work for the plug. What you talking about, nigga? You got a job? Fuck you talking about? And you better make sure that money is neat so I don't have to count it, nigga. And you better not be $1 short. Oh, but you ain't gonna go to McDonald's and mop that floor. You ain't gonna make sure that bathroom at McDonald's ain't clean, but you gonna make sure you don't short that plug a quarter. But y'all don't listen to nobody. Yeah, this is why you niggas going to jail. This is why Trump is cleaning you niggas up, because y'all don't have no common sense. No common sense. Hey, Kari. Happy Friday, Kari. Rosella Moss. How you doing, Rosella? Salute to you. Shout out to my man Self University in the building. Salute, my brother. Come on, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. But let's get into this. Let's get into this, man. Let's get into this because this is a real thing that's already here. That has already been predicted for years. And I believe it's on the way. I believe it's on the way, man. I believe Trump is preparing us for this. So fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. Shout out to everyone in the building. If you are here, please double tap y'all screens and hit the like button. Please double tap y'all screens and hit the like button. Double tap y'all screens and hit that like button, man. Shout out to everyone. Happy Friday. Let's get to it. Y'all know who this is.
What would you do if they brought the power grid down? And by they, I mean if the government purposefully brought the power grid down. And I'm not asking that question for fun. I'm asking that question because the World Economic Forum is predicting that a cyber pandemic, you can look this up, they've been running exercises about it this year, is inevitable. You're probably saying, what is a cyber pandemic? It doesn't make any sense. Like, what are we even talking about? Well, first and foremost, the reason I'm even paying attention to the World Economic Forum and their exercises is because they notoriously, in 2019, ran an exercise for a coronavirus pandemic that oddly all became true. I mean, without one slight difference, they said that the coronavirus was going to escape from a wet market in South America. Of course, when the coronavirus swept the world in 2020, they said that it escaped from a wet market in China. You can still look that up, by the way. That's not a conspiracy theory. They simulated that coronavirus pandemic. It was the World Economic Forum in collaboration with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, in collaboration with Johns Hopkins University. And the website is still up, and they say, the coronavirus pandemic is inevitable. And then boom, it happened the very next year. So people say it's a conspiracy theory to believe that they knew that the coronavirus pandemic was going to happen. You don't have to believe it was a conspiracy theory, or you can believe it wasn't a conspiracy theory. It's up to you. I don't really care. The point is that they made the prediction, they called it inevitable, and then it happened immediately. So for me personally, that signals to me that I should probably pay attention the next time the World Economic Forum makes a prediction and calls it inevitable. And lo and behold, they are predicting that a coronavirus pandemic, a cyber pandemic, is going to happen, and that it is once again inevitable. So if you look into the exercise that they have run this year, I believe they ran it in July. They've been meeting and talking about the cyber pandemic, what it would look like. Essentially, their idea is that they're going to have to sanitize the internet because a bug, think of this as like a coronavirus for your computer, is going to sweep globally. And the only way they're going to be able to stop this bug from infecting everything is to effectively shut down the internet, right? And they were talking about bringing down the power grid in an effort to do this. So imagine the government bringing down the power grid, and you would not have access to anything that required an electrical charge. What would you do if they brought the...
Now y'all hear that? No conspiracy theory. No conspiracy theories. This is being talked about on the World Economic Forum. This is not a theory. Did y'all hear that? In order to stop this bug, similar to C-19, right? That was a physical disease. This bug that they saying can wipe us out. And they're saying in order to stop this from happening, not only are they going to have to shut down the internet, they might have to shut down the power grid. Do y'all see how powerful and influential technology has become on the human existence? They're saying because we may have to shut down the internet, let's just shut down the power grid. Anything that involves an electrical charge will be shut down. You and y'all thought C-19 affected relationships. You thought people got divorced during the physical pandemic. Let that woman not be able to look at her goddamn phone. You can't check the scores, nigga. Now you're really upset. Can't play that game. You can't play that game. You can't see who's live on YouTube. Who live right now? I need to watch something. I'm upset. Imagine when there's no access to that. That's cyber dopamine. No more Candy Crush. No more Candy Crush. No more Roblox for your babies. No more Minecraft. You know the things that you put on for them so you could go do what you need to do so they don't distract you. You know, Roblox. Yeah. Minecraft. Ain't no more of that. Now you got to entertain them. Now you got to be Gracie's Corner. Now you got to be Gracie's Corner. Huh? Now you got to be Gracie. Scary, isn't it? It's scary, isn't it? Hey, Brownie. Thank you, Brownie. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Brownie. Shout out to you. Salute to you. Happy Friday. Appreciate that super chat. AT Church, you think we ready for that, bro? You think we ready for that? Look at Taylor. I love Roblox. Look at Taylor. And I was talking about the kids. Look, she said she loved Roblox. That's probably one of her, you know, when somebody piss her off, she go play a game of Roblox. Get that one. Hey, MR. That's why so many couples broke up during the pandemic. They never had true one-on-one time. You know, one-on-one time with couples is usually us just having sex. How do we miss each other when we see each other all the time, all day long? Hmm. See, people don't like to talk about this part of reality. They don't. What's up, Chrissy J? Kids need to learn to draw these days anyway. It's a good point. Also, penmanship, Chrissy. A lot of these kids don't know how to write properly, man. They write their letters and stuff backwards. Penmanship. Penmanship. Look, she said it's very therapeutic. So imagine when you only have access to that for maybe 2 hours a day. Or like I said, suppose they do it like how they did the pandemic. After a certain time, they shut down everything. After a certain time, after work, people get home from work and all of that. After a certain time, they shut the power grid off. Ain't no more internet, no Roku. A lot of y'all live off Tubi. A lot of y'all live off Tubi now. A lot of y'all relationships is skating on thin ice. Y'all together because y'all love watching Tubi. You love watching Tubi. D says drawing was my first love. Hey, drawing was something I did when I was bored in class, D's. I've been drawing since I was a little boy. I always like to draw too. Draw, coloring. I'm like that. Yeah, I'm like that. Yeah, I can color very well. Color in the lines, all of that. Yeah. Yeah. For real. I'm one of those. I like coloring books. I like sketch pads. Like that's like, you know, if you know me personally, you know that I know how to draw. No, right. Hey, good one. Good one, Rocco. No FanDuel. Hey, to you guys that love betting. Because sports betting done became that has become a real addiction, Rocco. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Ooh, that's a big one. And L'Oreal, they're already starting to shut down certain corn sites. They're already starting to shut them down. Facts. Bob says, I'm so used to YouTube. Everyone is. We've replaced the computer with the television. This is why they had to make all the TVs like the computer now. Because people stopped watching TV. People stopped buying TVs. You know what made people start buying TVs again? When they start making smart TVs, when they start making them Wi-Fi friendly, when they start making Roku TVs. That's what made people start to buy TVs again. People stopped watching TV. Brownie says drawing and art got me into makeup. Now I color faces. That's fire. That's fire. New York Nikki says, I've gotten compliments on my handwriting and cursive my entire life. Hey, my dad used to always tell me, if you want to sign checks one day, son, work on your penmanship. My dad always told me that people who sign people checks or people who are in high positions, you know them by their signature. By their signature. So he used to always make me practice my signature. And then one of my uncles, he's a graffiti dude. He grew up in Brooklyn and he was a graffiti guy. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say his name online, but if you from the town, especially anywhere in Brooklyn, you saw his get up. everywhere, So he was another one that enforced having good penmanship, because that's what sets you out from other people who do graffiti. That's what I learned with my uncle. It's your style of handwriting. It's how it actually look after you finish. That's what makes you actually dope. That's what makes people, that's how people will know you, by how you tag your name. So handwriting has always been a big thing for me. And I've always got complimented for my handwriting as well. Taylor says, I got an adult coloring book recently. Oh, word? That's dope. I've been thinking about doing that too, Taylor. Going coloring book shopping. Real talk. I can't wait until they ban kids off the internet. Wow. You don't mean that, Brownie. You don't mean that. You do not mean that. Elisino says the phone and the TV is linked. Yeah, of course. Of course. People in houses by themselves will feel the pain of no communication or family. Exactly, Bob. Exactly. This is why this country is going back to family. This is why it's important that we heal so we can rebuild relationships or build a family for ourselves. This is why this is important, Bob. This is why being by yourself isn't a flex. And I'm not saying that directly to you. I'm saying that to people who feel that way. All the people who've been talking that shit. Oh, I could be by myself. And that's not a flex. Shit is about to get real. You wasn't meant to be on earth by yourself. That's not what it's about. You're going to hear about a lot of people unalived in their apartments with their cats, with their dogs. Because people going to be lonely. People going to be miserable. Don't you know that stuff causes disease? Loneliness causes disease. Stop getting up here thinking you cute. I could be by myself. Okay. Okay. Your ass will be walking around that house with cancer by yourself. You'll be walking around that house with cancer by yourself. By yourself. With nobody to call. Because you done walked through your whole life and told people you didn't need them. I don't need you. I don't need nobody. Oh, yeah? Okay. 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 How Juice Man said? Okay. Hey. Okay. Keep listening to Glorilla. Keep listening to that bullshit. Hype me up. Hype me up. Keep listening to that. Keep listening to it. And believe in it. Hype me up. Hype me up. Your ass is going to be alone and sick. You know what that equals? Nursing home. And you better have the money to get your ass in there. And you better have your own money and the insurance to make sure it could pay to keep your ass there till you die. Keep talking that shit. Keep talking that. Keep talking that. You know what my father used to say? You gonna let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash, boy. And that's what people been doing. That's what people been doing all through the pandemic and all that. Now you're starting to see the results of it. Now you're starting to see people suffering. People let their mouth write a check that they ass can't cash. You ain't ready to stand on what you talking. You just talking. You ain't really ready to stand on that shit. You just talking because it sound cute. Until shit get rough. And ain't nobody there. Not even a person you could always depend on. They not even there no more. See that? The affirmations of a real bitch. Listening to that dumb shit. Pipe me up. Pipe me up. That's what you doing. You hyping yourself up for destruction. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You hyping yourself up for misery. Behind all that is misery. You think I don't know that? See, I've been with those women that get the mouthing off and talking fly and get to doing all. I know what's behind that. Can't fool me with that. All that fake flippity at the mouth. I got my shit together. I know what's behind that. I've been with them types before. It's cap. Because see, once they get the and then you give them the cold shoulder, I knew you ain't love me. I knew it. I knew you didn't like me. Nobody likes me. That's what's behind that. Because no man ever really accepted me for me. Don't play with me. I deal with reality. Don't play with me. You're going to get to going to doing all this, and then I'm going to have to come and console you and hold you. So stop making people your enemy. See, that's the point of bringing all this up. Stop pushing people out of your life. Stop thinking you don't need relationships to navigate in life. Because if some shit like this happens, this cyber pandemic that they're saying it looks like it might be inevitable, it's going to be a lot of people that don't make it, man. And who knows how long the cyber pandemic could last. Remember, the physical pandemic lasted for 5 years. If not 5 years, damn near. Do y'all realize for 3 straight years they had us in the house? We were sitting in the house for 3 straight New Years. In the house. 3 straight birthdays, we had to sit in the house and wear masks and put on hand sanitizer. How long you think the cyber pandemic could be? How long you think that could last? Who knows? But we not thinking about this, right? We not thinking about this, are we? How you doing, CC? Get self-help books and read. What's up, Celine? How you doing, JB? Happy Friday to you. Bob says, I pray it doesn't happen. I'll be in trouble. I got food and my tools, but I can't survive alone. It's real out here, y'all. Now, we just heard Candace Owens talk about it. Now, let's listen to the guy who's the actual founder of the World Economic Fund. Forum. The World Economic Forum. Let's listen to him speak about the cyber pandemic. This video right here is actually from 5 years ago. This is from 5 years ago. Let's listen to what he's talking about, y'all. This stuff is real. Whether y'all believe this or not, this is some real stuff, man. What's up, Melanin in Mind? Mr. Savage Thoughts, salute. Now let's get into it. Let's get into it.
I don't know how it will play out in November, but what we know is that we will end up with many more unemployed, and particularly also people in the gray economy, which are not counted for, who lose their jobs. So we will see definitively a lot of anger already now, but probably increased by the end of the year, because this crisis will be with us until we really have found a remedy. So we have to prepare for a more angry world. And how to prepare? It means to take the necessary action to create the...
Now, wait a minute, y'all. You heard what he said? Now, again, this video is from 4 or 5 years ago. So this video is probably either from 2019 or 2020. And he's saying that we need to prepare for an angrier world. Haven't we been seeing more people be unalived in the past 5 years? Look how many people done died after COVID. Since the pandemic, people haven't gotten angrier. He said it's going to be a lot of unemployment. Y'all don't see this going on? So this stuff is not a conspiracy theory. It's not a conspiracy theory. Thank you, Coco Beware. I appreciate you. Champ says they got us hooked. They got us hooked on a net. How they gonna pull the rug from up under our feet? Let's listen to what he has to say. Let's listen to how he think it should be implemented. Let's go back. We're gonna start from the beginning. It's only 6 minutes.
I don't know how it will play out in November, but what we know is that we will end up with many more unemployed, and particularly also people in the gray economy, which are not counted for, who lose their jobs. So we will see definitively a lot of anger already now, but probably increased by the end of the year, because this crisis will be with us until we really have found a remedy. So we have to prepare for a more angry world. And how to prepare? It means to take the necessary action to create a fairer world, to see that we provide everybody with decent access to the health system, that we make sure that those people who are really left behind, and I'm not speaking only on national levels, I'm speaking also internationally. If I see now the tragedy in some of the emerging countries like South Africa, like some countries in East Asia, I think it's all, I don't have too many remedies. The remedies have to be discussed through dialogue, wise stakeholders of our global system. But I just see the need for such a dialogue, and I see the need for action. I see the need for a great reset.
To what extent would a reset be brought about by a change in the White House, the election of Joe Biden, for instance?
I don't know. We shouldn't speculate about the outcome of the election. We will see beginning of November, and then we can, in any case, we can, and the World Economic Forum is very open and as an open platform to integrate everybody who is willing to address those issues in a spirit, which means to exercise here true global citizenship.
I want to just pick up on some of the economic projections. In your book, you tackle what the future may look like. And at this stage, we're grappling with various letters of the alphabet, whether it's a V or a U or perhaps even a symbol, a tick shape. Can you just give us some clues about the growth down the track, what we can expect?
First, if we look at it at the national or global level, at the macroeconomic level, one of the things we address very much in the book, and we are concerned, is the increased debt level. We spend about 10 trillion worldwide to deal with the short-term negative effects of the pandemics. But we should be aware we are just increasing our debt situation. And we were already very much debt loaded before we went into the crisis. So how to get at the end out of this debt situation is still a big question mark. Second, we know that there's quite some impact on different industries. We know that certainly the health industry, the digital industry will go out of this crisis strengthened. But we know that many industries which rely particularly on physical interaction will have difficulties to survive. Finally, I just would add, I think this is an opportunity again to find solutions which are beneficial for the next generation. So why not to tie government aid to the green economy which we have to create? Why not to make sure that we revolutionize, digitalize particularly our educational system? So we are here, when we talk about the Great Reset, to talk also about innovation. How can we do things differently from what we used to do? And if we speak about differently, it means also how can we do it to make sure that a majority of people are benefiting from it and not just a minority.
We started out Davos this year talking about the environment, Greta Thunberg versus Donald Trump. Certainly a lot of headlines crossing from the mountain. But last time round in the crisis, we saw people didn't care so much about the environment when we were talking about large-scale job losses. This time seems different. Are you surprised about how strong the sustainability theme has been right through the pandemic?
No, I would see even a chance to accelerate, let's say, our transition into a green economy. Because people probably recognize that we have to become more resilient. We have now the experience of one crisis. The environmental crisis, the climate crisis could be a much bigger one. So I see more awareness. But on the other hand, we have the big issue of unemployment, of low levels of employment. And I think we shouldn't see the two as contradictory objectives.
Okay, shout out to everyone in the building. If you're just coming in, make sure you double tap y'all screens, hit the like button, double tap y'all screens and hit the like button. Make sure we get those likes up. Shout out to everyone in the building. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. I'm gonna get to some of y'all comments. CB says we will never lose the internet. That's how the government keeps most people distracted from their fraudulent activities. So you think that's the only purpose of the internet? You think that's the only purpose? Mr. Savage Thought says hindsight will be forever 2020. CB says he's talking about the effects of COVID on our community. No, he's speaking on he's speaking on the effects of COVID on our economy, but he's also speaking on how those same effects that it has had directly on our economy physically, it can also happen cyberly. You see? Kari says they can take away the internet at any time. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of people don't even know, before the public was given the internet, the military had the internet first. So a lot of y'all don't even know that the internet was created for the military. Y'all don't even know that. That's how they was using the ways to communicate with other countries. They was using the internet. Y'all don't know that though, till y'all do y'all history. Big Dice says, I believe they will try to end the internet actually just to see people go into a panic mode. That's partially it. That's partially it, because the people who go into panic mode and who won't be able to survive, that's just less numbers for them. So I agree with that. I agree with that, Dice. Cyberly and psychologically, yes, because the cyber world is basically what? Your mind. Virtual reality, Mr. Savage Thoughts, is what? Pictures of things that's supposedly going on in your mind. Remember when we was young, they gave us virtual reality. Virtual reality was supposed to be the world in someone's mind. The things you see, if you ever was to travel through someone's mind, that's virtual reality. So they can actually project and put what they want in your mind for you to see. They can actually do that. And they do it all the time. See, they do it all the time. CB says, not the only purpose, but it's the main reason they would never let us lose it. Okay. Okay. Kari says they already did a test run a couple of years ago. Remember when all the social media was down for a day? Yep. Yep. There you go, Kari. There you go. People was panicking. People was panicking. Yes, and the GPS. L'Oreal says, I heard that too, Ross. And Starlink is military usage. Of course. Of course. All of the technology that is not at the public's exposure that Elon has created, it's all being used by the government. It's all being used by the government. Yes, they start with the military first. Tell them again, Kari. Tell them again. Yeah, VR boy. Right. Come on, man. Big Dice says it's a bunch of podcasts, so-called content creators and groupie subscribers will go insane. The internet is their whole entire life. Yes, 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 Dice. Absolutely. Absolutely. And not just that part of it, not just the social part of it, Dice, but think about it. Most of us pay our bills on the internet. Most of our bills is on auto pay. Most of us do online banking. We don't want to walk in no goddamn bank and stand on a line no more. We happy we could walk up and tap with our phone and tap with our card. Beep. We happy we could do that, Dice. It also gives us a level of convenience. See, some people just looking at this like the person who said earlier, it's about them being able to control us and all of that. It's a flip side to everything, man. It's a flip side to everything. Because y'all have to remember, these people that's in government, they have children. You think they children not on the internet? If the internet was so negative, if the internet was only used to control people, why would they let their kids on the internet? See, that's what I'm saying, man. You can't get caught up in these conspiracy theories and you start losing common sense. These people have children. Their children go to school. Their children go to public schools. Their children are being indoctrinated the same way our children are. Explain that then. Come on, man. Kari says exactly. All my bills are on auto pay. Come on. Come on, y'all. What about the people who work in the gig economy? They need the internet in order to get in and out of their portals so they could work. You need the internet. If you work Uber, if you work Lyft, if you work DoorDash, if you work Uber Eats, if you work Roadie, if you work these apps, you need the internet because you got to log into the portal. That's how you get paid. You need the internet. You think this is about them spying on us and controlling us? And stop. The internet is what makes this economy go. Technology is at the forefront of the human experience now. Y'all just have to accept that. Stop with all the conspiracy theories. Stop with that stuff. Because at the end of the day, if you still alive and you still moving, moving and grooving, you're going to have to interface with this stuff. So talking negative about it is futile. It's futile to get up here and to make it seem like it's something evil when you're going to have to deal with it in your everyday life. So you getting up here talking negative and making it evil and making it out to be this conspiracy theory does nothing for no one. It's just foolish talk at this point. We in 2025, man. That stuff is futile and it's foolish. It doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help anyone get out of their situation. It don't help you in a good way, and it don't help you in a bad way. That's why it needs to stop being promoted. That's poison, man. That's poison. Shout out to my brother Bucket, man. Salute, Brody. He says, appreciate the message, DS1. Salute. Appreciate that super chat, my brother. Shout out to my man Bucket 88. Day one supporter. Salute. Self University says, oh yeah, I do roadie on the side. Come on, bro. Don't you need the internet? Don't you need the internet for that? Don't you need the internet? Don't you need the internet if you do Lyft? How the hell you think your GPS pings? That's because of the internet, y'all. How you think when you pull up your Uber app and you start typing in the address, the shit just pop up? That's called GPS. That's because of technology. That's part of the power grid. The GPS system is a part of the power grid. Come on, y'all. If y'all don't believe me, just go watch the movie. What is it? The Last Die Hard. Is it The Last Die Hard? Y'all correct me. You could go watch The Last Die Hard and it'll show you how technology controls society. Is that Live Free Die Hard or is that part 3? Because I be getting part 3 and part 4 mixed up. Is that Live Free, Die Hard, or is that Die Hard part 3? Where they shut down a power grid, where computer hackers hacked into the power grid and shut everything down, and it had the world going in chaos. And Bruce Willis had to come, you know, and be the patriotic hero that he plays in the Die Hard series. Which one is that, y'all? Yeah, they are New York, Nikki, but you know, God bless them. God bless them. You must ain't been watching the show, CB. You must ain't been watching the show. Kari says we couldn't access patient records without the internet. Tell him again, Kari. That's how you access those databases. Tell him again, Kari. Mr. Savage Store says it's Live Free. Okay, Manje says Live Free too. It's Live Free, Die Hard. See? They show you that in the Die Hard movie. Live Free, Die Hard. You had a group of computer hackers that actually worked for the government. Remember, y'all, they worked for the government. And they got mad at their superior because they didn't like how their superior was treating them. And their superior was actually a wicked dude too. And he was telling them to shut certain things off in society. With a click of a mouse. With a click of a mouse. That's how real this stuff is. They could go into your sewage system in your city on a computer, bro, and press one pipe, and your whole goddamn city will flood. They showed this in the movie. They showed this in the movie. Yeah, you might have to go back and watch the beginning, CB. Yeah, hey, Big Dice, that's a good. You a movie buff, and I know you like conspiracy movies, espionage. You a Virgo, so you like that type of shit. I'm a Capricorn. I like that type of shit too. Espionage and treason, war movies where people committing treason and creating wars and spies, and I'm into that type of shit too, Dice. That's why I love Die Hard. I like Die Hard. I never saw all the Missions Impossibles. I might need to sit down one day, you know, me and wifey, and we might just need to watch all the Missions Impossibles. But if you watch that, Dice, you will learn exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Kari says folks are not understanding how deep this rabbit hole goes. Nope. Because they don't want to think outside of their box, Kari. Because within their box is all the things that they need. Based off what they think, you know. Mr. Savage Store says, I'm a veteran, so it's right up my alley, see? So you're well aware of this type of information. Shout out to all the vets, man. Shout out to all the vets. Shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan, man. Bro says blacklist. Ebo, what up, Ebo? Salute, man. Happy Friday to you. Ebo says, I would advise all of you to invest in a Randall McNeely Atlas app. They cost around $100, and you can find them at your local truck stop. That's interesting, Ebo. Salute to you, man. Born Identity. There you go. That's one of my favorite joints right there. The Born series. I love all the Borns. I love all the Bonds, OG. All of the Bonds. I love them all. Because it's about espionage, L'Oreal. Mission Impossible is about espionage. It's about espionage. What's up, Sonia? No doubt, Sonia. The shows I listed are the types to let you know how real some of this government conspiracy-ish is. It's very, very. Dice said the Bourne series was fire. Fire. All of them. All of them. All of them. And you know they created the Bourne series off of one of the first big movies like that was Enemy of the State with Will Smith. Remember, that is what the Bourne series is a spinoff of. It's a spinoff of Enemy of the State. That's what it's a spinoff of. If you ever saw Enemy of the State with Will Smith, Bourne is nothing but Will. Matt Damon is Will Smith in Enemy of the State. Literally. Where the whole government is coming after you. And they either trying to kidnap you or unalive you. That's what they was doing to Will in Enemy of the State. Banger. That's a banger, Mr. Savage Thoughts. Great movie. That's a classic. It's a classic, Kari. It's a classic, Dice. Enemy of the State. So when we speaking about this stuff, man, understand that there's history behind this stuff and there's a lot of information out there about it. So a lot of the stuff that we see going on now, like with this Diddy stuff, all this stuff is tied in to this cyber stuff. It's all tied into it, y'all. It's all tied into it. Again, you can get you some slaves, aka some maids, off the dark web. How do we know that ain't where Smokey Robinson got those maids from? How you know they wasn't sold to him as slaves? Who out here selling slaves? I know where you could get a slave from. Silk Road, the dark web. That's where you could get you a slave from. Female slave, male slave, domestic slave, sex slave. Right off the dark web, Silk Road. Silk Road. This shit is real life. This is real life. Yeah, Smokey. We can't forget about old Smokey. He had slaves in his house, L'Oreal. Those women were his slaves. Where did he get them from? Where did he buy those slaves from? You could buy them off the dark web. You sure can. You sure can. You could buy them from the dark web. Where you think all these young boys, all these gang members get all of these firearms from? Where you think they get all these firearms from with no serial numbers on them? Where you think they get all the ghost guns from? The dark web. Think these young boys got switches on everything. Where you think they're getting these guns from? Off the dark web. From cartels who have connects with military people. You see why Trump is sweeping the country? He's sweeping the whole country. The streets, the government, everything. Because it's all corrupted. You think these cartels make these guns? No. They got plugs that's in the military that work for them. Who remembers in American Gangster how Frank Lucas got his dope connect? Where did he go? This nigga went to Cambodia. Didn't he go? Where he go, y'all? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Did he go to Cambodia to get that dope from his cousin who was in the army? Remember, his cousin is the one who put him on to the plug to get the dope. Huh? The army. What was that, Dice? That was that Cambodian. That was in Cambodia. Oh, Vietnam. There you go. That Vietnamese heroin. That shit that look a little brown. Yeah, that not that tan. That's that Ricky Tan. Remember him on Rush Hour? What they was doing on Rush Hour too? They was doing what? Making fake money. Had whole casinos giving people fake money. Who was doing that? A cartel. A cartel. They showing us in the movies. What do you think Trump is shutting down? He's shutting down the cartels that's here in America making billions of dollars. This is what he's doing. And y'all don't even be peeping it in the movies. They telling y'all in the movies who control this stuff, who does this stuff. They telling you, they showing you the network, the criminal syndicates, the Yakuzas, criminal syndicates. What's up, Star Baby? Happy Friday to you. They flew dope in military planes, man. Come on, man. And you and y'all gonna sit here and say that these cartels don't got connects to the military? That's how they able to get this stuff over here. Why you think Trump put in a brand new border patrol, a border czar, a brand new border czar? Because we stopping everything that come across here that look funny. And we searching it thoroughly. See, this new administration, you can't pay them off. See, these criminal syndicates can't pay these. They can't pay this administration off. They can't pay the people at the border to let a certain amount of bricks come through like they've been doing. They can't pay certain FBI people to act like they don't see what's going on like they've been doing. Them days are over. And Trump is getting rid of all of those corrupt people as well. If we find out you got anything to do with any foreign entity, get your ass out of here. And we're going to investigate you. And if we find something out, you're going to jail. That's what Trump doing. If we found out you helped these people kidnap some people, your ass going to jail. We don't care if you work for the government. You going to jail. Your ass going to Pelican Bay. Like Denzel threatened the gang members in Training Day. Y'all gonna be playing basketball in Pelican Bay. Yeah, that's where y'all going. That's where y'all going. Because they're trying to stop us from having to shut down because of a cyber pandemic. You heard what Candace Owens said. They need to sanitize the internet. Sanitize the internet. Shoe program, nigga. Shoe program, nigga. or like what they say in California, Taylor? Peanut butter. Them niggas in California, they don't use baby oil. That's that East Coast shit. They use, on the West Coast, them niggas use peanut butter. Peanut butter program, nigga. Yeah. Peanut butter program. They're going to turn your ass to another butter in jail in California. They'll turn your ass to another butter. They'll turn your ass into a Reese's fast break. Them jails on the West Coast is different. Where's the proof? You need facts? Then restart the show. Mel reveals. We already showed the proof. You're late. You're late. Manja 11 says, just remember that prison episode from the Boondocks. Yep. They'll turn you right into a nutty buddy. Yep. To another butter. Come on, man. So shout out to y'all. I'm not going to keep y'all much longer. Happy Friday to everyone. If y'all enjoyed today's show, make sure y'all hit the like button before we get up out of here. Hit that like button. Also share the show. If you would like to financially support the show, you can hit the super chat or the links are pinned at the top of the chat. Shout out to my brother Ebo for hitting the super chat. He says, learn how to get to places without GPS. Also keep a landline phone and a phone book, old school style. Shout out to you, Ebo. Salute to you. And that's some great game right there. From a over the road trucker. Shout out to my man Ebo, man. Appreciate it. But make sure y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think of today's show. What up, B Wayne? Y'all gonna have to catch the playback if y'all just coming in, man. It's Friday. You know, got some homework to do. But we will be back on Monday, y'all. We will be back on Monday. I might do a weekend show. I don't know. Y'all stay tuned, man. But if y'all would like to support the student tuition fund, the links are pinned at the top of the screen with the donation, with the directions to properly donate. Okay. Just make sure when you send in your donation, like Ms. L'Oreal said right here, I also put it on the screen. Place ST in the memo or the note box within your Cash App or your Venmo. So I know that it is a student tuition donation. Everyone who supports the student tuition fund, I will shout you guys out on the next show. Shout out to everyone who has supported thus far. I really appreciate y'all. I really appreciate y'all. No doubt, B Wayne. Just catch the playback, bro. Shout out to everyone, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Thank you, Star Baby. Shout out to my man Big Dice in the building. Shout out to Scorpio Mama. Shout out to all my lovely lady mods that came through today. Ms. L'Oreal. Shout out to Ms. Camille. Shout out to Ms. New York Nikki Baby. Shout out to all the lovely lady mods that came through today and held it down for a brother. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. You silly Scorpio. I used to be a lot lizard. Shout out to everyone for pulling up. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Happy Friday to everyone. Get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think of today's show. Let me know what y'all think of today's show. We will continue. We will continue with this content coming into this week, y'all. Okay? So y'all stay tuned. Y'all make sure y'all got y'all bell notifications set. Shout out to my brother, the underrated one. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you, Letitia. I appreciate your support. Shout out to everyone, man. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section, and we will be back Monday. We will be back Monday. If I don't decide to do a weekend show, we will be back Monday. So y'all stay tuned. I appreciate all the love and the support, man. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.